Welcome to another edition of our MVC One-on-One series here on MVCsports.com and the Missouri Valley Conference on YouTube. My name is Derek Dockett, Associate Commissioner for New Media and Technology. And today I'm pleased to be joined by the new head coach of the University of Evansville men's soccer program, Marshall Ray. Coach, how's it going today, sir?
It's going great. It's been an exciting week, been an interesting week, and busy, and all those good things. So looking forward to this interview. Yeah,
absolutely. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule for joining us. I know it's probably been a little bit of whirlwind since you were named head coach there at Evansville, but obviously you're no stranger to UE, being a player there in the 90s and an assistant and associate head coach the past 9 years. What does it mean for you to get this opportunity now to be the head coach of the Aces?
I've told everybody since I started coaching at Drury University back in 2002 as a grad assistant, this has kind of been a job that has always been, my end all and be all. So to have this opportunity now, it's a wonderful chance for myself, my family. Like you said, I was a player here in the 90s. I can remember Dustin Otteson and I, who was a captain of the team back then and a good player in the conference back then, we'd always joke around and, man, it'd be awesome if we could come back and coach here someday. So I'm glad to have that opportunity. I'm looking forward to it. And, it's Evansville's who I am. Since I was 18 till about now, I've spent all but 5 or 6 years on this campus. So it's a part of me, and I'm looking forward to giving back to it.
Yeah, now you mentioned that you've got some long ties to the community there and to the University of Evansville. Now that you're the head coach, you've had the opportunity to maintain some continuity, obviously, in the program. How important is that to you, not only on the field with the style of play that the Aces may do going into the future, but also with things off the field like recruiting and community involvement?
Well, I think that, obviously being a big part of the program for the last 9 years, we're going to continue on a similar path. There's no question. When you change seats from the assistant chair to the head coaching chair, obviously responsibilities change a little bit. The responsibility you feel for the players, the university, and the community, it's going to be different. I'm not the same as Coach Jacobs. I think he would say the same thing. And I think anytime you make that move, there's going to be some changes. But I don't think you're going to see drastic changes. We're going to play a similar type of style. We're going to want to get after people and try and score some goals. I think consistently in the 9 years we've been here, we've been able to produce some goals, and hopefully we'll shore some things up defensively and do some things like that. But we've got some good players coming back. Looking forward to what we're going to do here in the spring, and it's really trying to, I wouldn't say change the culture, but maybe adapt the culture where it fits my personal identity a little bit more.
Yeah. Long-term, short-term goals for you as the head coach. What do you see things in the future for UE?
Well, there's no question. One thing that we've already talked to our players about, our goal is to always compete for the conference championship, and that's something that's got to be in the front of their minds every time we hit a training session, every time we go to the weight room, every time we're conditioning and doing those things. We want to be able to compete to get ourselves in a situation to compete for the NCAA tournament. And, we can sit here and talk a lot of ways about scheduling models and those things, but ultimately on a given day, our guys have to be able to compete in each session that they're in. So our long-term goals are consistently get our players, get our program, and get our university into the NCAA tournament. Short-term goals, realistically for me, I want our guys to compete. I want our guys to battle each time they go, and we're going to try and set a culture where we're going to challenge each other, we're going to push each other, and we're going to battle. So that's the short-term goal, and hopefully that short-term goal will lead us to our long-term goal of, continued success, but get ourselves into that NCAA tournament, which I think for any of the teams in our conference, that's our ultimate goal, is to represent this conference in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah. One of the things when we talk to our coaches around the league is that sometimes the teams tend to take the personality of their head coaches, not only playing style, philosophy, things like that. But what's one thing about yourself that people may not know about Marshall Ray now that you've become head coach?
Well, one thing, everyone knows I'm competitive, hopefully. I think that's the answer any coach is going to give to you. A little bit about my history. The way I got into coaching, I went back to graduate school to get my master's in education because I want to do environmental education for the National Park Service. So
okay.
My major was environmental administration and economics, minor in biology coming out of the University of Evansville, and I tell everybody now I use all that to coach soccer. But ultimately I did an internship with the National Park Service for about 9 months doing some resource management, but ultimately the last 3 months taking kids on nature hikes, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing up at Indiana Dunes National Lakeshore. So social responsibility, I guess, would be one thing that's pretty important to me, and hopefully that'll pass on to the players a little bit, and we'll get ourselves out in the community doing those things. But that might be one thing that people these days don't remember about me from 15 to 20 years ago.
Sure. Still like to get outside in the outdoors and experience that type of stuff?
Well, unfortunately, the season that we are the most busy, which tends to be the fall and the spring, are the best times to be camping, hiking, and rafting and those things. So not as much as I'd like to, but still as much as possible. All
right. That is Coach Marshall. He's the brand new head coach at the University of Evansville. Obviously, ties to the university. He assistant coach, associate head coach, now in the lead chair for the Purple Aces going into the future, into next year. Coach, we really appreciate you taking time out of your schedule, and wish you best of luck in the future. And we'll definitely see you guys as we move into the 2015. God, it feels weird to say that already, but who knows? This fall went by so fast, and I'm sure next fall is going to come up just as quickly.
I appreciate the time and the effort you guys put in as a conference office for all of our programs, and we're having a great season so far on the basketball court as a conference. So I'm looking forward to seeing conference play start up, and I'll hopefully see you at one of the games here in Evansville or on the road at some point.
Absolutely. We'll look forward to it, Coach. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one.